Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stonehearth with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to Scorched Spring. In today's episode, we are hopefully going to build our very first true building in our new little village and start making everything look a little bit neater. At the moment, pretty much everything we own has just been thrown together in the very middle of the village, and it's not exactly the most aesthetically pleasing thing in the world, so let's fix that as soon as possible. But first, a caravan approaches. Hello, Scorched Spring, I come bearing goods for trade. 2 stone wall lanterns in exchange for 2 baskets of turnips. That's a big no, because we have loads of food right now, but we are trying to upgrade our value as fast as possible, so that would not be very good. So, what should we build first? I think what we should build first would be a dining hall. Now, last time, that was one of the final things we built, but since the halflings are a little bit more efficient when they eat at a table, or even one of these lovely benches, it would be best to have tables for everyone so they can all eat. So, we can also make a building that will eventually become the chef's place, the place for our cook, and I think we should build it here. The reason being, we're going to have the farmland near the water, so making this somewhat close to the water would be a lot better, but at the same time, I would like it to still be up here. So what I'm going to do is destroy one of these farms, which is very sad indeed, and simply replant it over here. And then let's start putting down the foundations. So you can start growing. I do kind of want to grow silkweed, but at the moment I do want to make sure we still have food. So you will be turnips. There we are, a little bit of variety in our food. Now you can be moved over here, and so can you. Growing to our little cacti collection. Once those are moved, we'll start building. There we are, a nice place to start our building work. So then, design building, let's put down some foundation, and we'll have it as stone. A stone foundation, not only because we have far more stone than we have wood, but I think it would look a lot better. Also, I'll just pause time now so it doesn't become nighttime whilst we're building. So, what I would like is one main room, which is going to be that colour. That's going to go all the way along here. Let's make it 10 wide, 25 long, that's fine. And then a small offshoot here, which is going to be a fair bit smaller, perhaps 10 wide as well. Yeah, 10 wide would look good, and that will be the chef area and the area where we're going to store our food. Do we want something here as well? We could build out a bit more, then that could be like an entryway, but I think this will be okay. But now I've said that, I do kind of want an entryway, so let's put that here, like so, but this time with the darker stone. Nice and simple, there we are, I think that'll look okay. Let's see how it looks with walls, and yeah, that looks alright, although I'm still not certain about that entryway section. Would it be better if I simply just had a normal entranceway? Or perhaps, would it be better if we go back to foundation and we go to the lovely erase tool? How about if we build it in a little bit like this instead? That might be better if we build it a little bit further out, so we do this here. Nope, we need to be the original colour. This is why normally I build off camera, because I do change my mind far too much. But let's see how people like seeing the actual building process. Something like that, but I don't feel like it will fit in. Now, the reason why I want it so wide is because the door does take up a lot of space, annoyingly. But I do like that concept, though, the idea of it kind of jutting in. I will decide. So, I've reached a bit of a snag, as I've decided I would very much like it if the buildings were made out of clay. The main problem with this is that we are going to need a potter, which of course is located all the way over there. So 2 things we need, a level 4 mason and the potter's cutter. I can already make the potter's cutter, however our mason is definitely not level 4 yet, so I think we are going to have to put down some walls which will be non-permanent. So we may have to rebuild this entire building later. Or maybe not, I'm still not entirely sure, but for now we can't make clay bricks, so we're just going to go with wood instead, and we're going to go with the lighter wood, so it will at least blend in with all of the clay surroundings. So the lighter wood, there we go, the dark wooden columns, and we place it like so. Yeah, I do think that will fit in pretty nicely. We could go for a lighter version, actually. That is very close, so remove the wall for now. Then we put it like this, that will blend in very well. It's a little bit lighter than this version, but that's fine considering it's going to be such a main building. So then of course we go with the roof. Shall we go with stone or shall we go with wood? For wood we have the dark brown, which certainly fits in with the pillars. Then we have the lighter colour, which is yellow. For stone we have the red, we have the blue, and we have the castle with crenellations. I think I'm going to go with the red version. And I would like it to overhang slightly on the sides. How would that look? Yeah, I definitely prefer that. Okay, that's how we're going to place it, and that is how the dining hall is going to look. And I think it looks pretty darn good. So next up, we need our doors. One door goes there, a little side door there for our eventual chef, and let's start doing stuff on the inside. So inside, we do want walling. However, the walling will be difficult because it just doesn't add well when you're inside a building. From there to there, come on, please work. No, it didn't work. Okay, it's a real shame, but building walls on the inside is always incredibly difficult, as you can see. Unless it did get placed. Oh, it might have got placed. Never mind. There we are. So it has got placed. Is it part of the building? Yes, it is. It just changed because of how we've got the building vision currently on. So I'll let them build this. I'll just quickly add some windows as well, and then we'll add all the stuff later. We could add it now, but I think I would rather just have the whole thing sorted. Let's put one of these on both of the sides here, and then we'll just add the regular every two. Every two, would that be a bit too much? I would say it would be a bit too much, but this is meant to be like a restaurant eaty area, so having a lot of vision outside when you're eating, that makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, can't fit one there. We don't really need one for the cook area because, well, it's the cook area, so instead we'll add you two. There and there, was that correct? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, yep, okay. And then finally this side, we'll just go back to having these windows like so. Okay, a few too many windows, I'm not overly keen on it, but it does make sense. I would also like a window here, completely useless, but I feel like it would fit really nicely. Unless it can't fit. Could we put two instead then? One here, like that? Yeah, okay, it looks a little bit more natural, and we'll put one up here as well. We'll pretend it's for, I don't know, ventilation or something. Either way, our carpenter is going to be really busy really soon. With that, finish editing, build, yes, and if I am correct, once the planning is finished, is that all automatically? Yes, there we are. That's one of the new features, not with Alpha 18, but with one of the recent updates, that when you build like that in the settings, you can have it so you instantly queue up everything needed. Awesome. Okay, you all build with that, we'll wait until tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get a new person. A brand new dawn, and with it, an idea I wish I had a few moments ago. What we could have done is built this a little bit bigger, not too much, but then we could have a second floor. On the second floor we could have beds, and then made this, rather than a simple dining area, made it a full inn, therefore giving somewhere for our halflings to sleep, in addition to somewhere to eat, and somewhere for our food storage, and eventually our food preparation. But now we're already so far ahead with the building, I think I will leave it, but it is certainly an idea for the future. We could build a second one of these, a little bit bigger somewhere else. And with the daily updates, sadly we are just a little bit shy of our net worth, but considering we are currently building, which will increase our net worth, and we are now harvesting some of our silkweed, which means we're going to get some more tapestries, our net worth should increase by tomorrow, and we should definitely get a new person, which was a mouthful indeed. Anyway, you continue farming. I really do want to start farming the silkweed, but like I was saying before, I simply don't have the spare people, so as soon as I get one new person, I'm going to get a new farmer, which is then going to start supplying us with loads and loads of silkweed. And eventually, we will also be able to grow trees, which is going to be really helpful, considering we're already running out of wood. it's been like a few days. We've almost deforested everything. It's a brand new day, and we have a brand new person joining our little village, but I finally went ahead and named the villagers based off the comment suggestions in the previous episode, and wow, there were just so many. So a big thank you to everyone who suggested a name, but don't worry, we will constantly have new people joining the village, and thus new name suggestions will always be needed. It was kind of amazing to see so many comments after less than 24 hours. So here we are, we have Big Bertha the carpenter, we have Aidan the farmer, we have the Gold Knight the footman, which is amazingly fitting, we have Ron Weasley the mason, we have Mr. T the trapper because, well, just look at that mohawk, it's absolutely glorious, we have Alice Steindorf as our tailor, and we have Dora the explorer as our worker, and eventually will most likely become a knight herself. In addition to this, we have two people still not to be named, the brand new person and the person from the previous episode, which sadly got no love. No one really suggested any names, at least at the point of recording this episode, so both of these will be completely available in the comments section below. So, as always, feel free to comment about that. And we shall continue. Look, we have way more cacti now, and the building is coming along nicely. And for those who were worried that I might have forgot this door, don't worry, I did remember it, but I added straight after the clip. I just realised I didn't record me adding that door, and I'm sure a lot of people would have been upset. And why are you angry at me right now? Why? What are you angry about? We don't have any wood left. Ah, that is a big issue. So, harvest every tree we can see, including the larger cacti, because they will give us cactus logs, I believe it's called, or something like that. So we just have to wait, get some more wood, and then hopefully all of that will be completed. In the meantime, I have been building dining tables, tables for one, and chairs, or at least we've built the chairs and then run out of wood. A brand new day and a brand new person needing to be named, with a glorious beard indeed. You, sir, are very, very high in spirit, but very low in pretty much everything else. Maybe one day you will indeed be a cleric, but for now, you are simply a worker. And with that, I have now completed the building, or at least the outside of the building is now complete, and on the inside I have added some dining tables and some simple wooden chairs. So for now, it's going to work. Once we have our first cook, then I will start updating the kitchen and updating the layout of there, but for now, it's pretty much finished. Although our lovely fellows seem to be neglecting all of this scaffolding. Maybe because they're all asleep. That is a very, very good reason for them to be doing pretty much nothing. But since that's now complete, and we'll be getting some wood back from the scaffolding, we can start making these, the large crates. But can our weaver make that bolts of leather? Yes, you can. Okay, maintain 10 bolts of leather because I would like to make the larger chest. Although, saying that, can we make stone chests? Yes, we can. Okay, never mind then. I want to maintain 10 stone chests at all time because next time what we need to build is somewhere to store things. I would like a proper storage barn rather than having something like, well, this mess in the centre of the village. Also, you can go on this side, and then you're all lovely and balanced, although we do need one more of the smaller cacti, which can be found all the way over here. I mean, it's not particularly close, but at least it's there. There we are. What a lovely little walkway into the inside of our little kitchen slash dining hall. Our first section of road has now been placed down, all of the scaffolding has been removed, and we are still waiting on someone to eventually place these two lights, if they ever get around to it. And I've decided where the scaffolding is going to go. Right here in the centre of everything, because down here will eventually be our village section, over here will be the farms, up here will most likely be our crafting terrace, and over here, I'm not too sure, probably something like a keep, or something rather fancy once we have the resources for it, which means this will be in between everything, and so let's put down some foundations for it. It's not very attractive, but I do want to continue to build this later. But for now, this will be the store. No, it's not pretty enough. You know what? I was going to say something else, but no, I do not like that. So, yeah, let's rebuild that for a second. I wanted this kind of concept with the two arcs coming around, so you walked into this section here, which is like a patio, something or other, then you walked inside, but that did not work out as planned at all. There we are, more like a barn, actually somewhat looking like a house, but I think that will do. So this is going to be the storage for all of the stuff which is just miscellaneous, like the non-crafting stuff, the non-farming stuff, the non-cooking stuff, similar to the giant crafting room we had a long time ago over in Steindorf. And of course, by crafting room, I actually mean storage room, because Lathrix is good at the speaking and stuff, and it's obvious why somehow he managed to be a YouTuber for a full-time career. So that actually looks really nice, and it does look like a barn, although it does still look somewhat like a house, I will admit. That will do for now, and what we could do is add an extra level. It wouldn't be difficult to add an extra floor to this, but I think I'm going to leave it as it is. I would rather have it just one floor, because if we make it too high, it will start to encroach on the space of the crafter's terrace and the rather posh terrace, whatever that's eventually going to be. So for now, that's good. The only issue we do have is this is going to be made out of wood. We have very little wood left in stock, and I can see only a few trees we can access easily. And even that, I would have to build some ladders. I'm still going to build it out of wood. I still want it out of wood. Yep, finish, build, do the thing. We're almost going to completely run out of wood doing this, but it should make our city look nice, and that's the important thing. And that isn't in the sodding middle. And that is why I normally don't talk when I'm placing things, because I get really distracted because I have a speech impediment and need to focus on talking over everything else, and then everything else gets really messed up, and that is my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So there we are. Look at it being in the middle. Isn't it beautiful? Finish editing. Someone please build it before I change my mind again. And we still have enough wood, although I did have to build it a little bit further away from the wall because I instantly noticed a few issues when I placed it last time. So there we go. Also, the armoured up villager outfit looks like Santa's elves. It's really bizarre. Where are the enemies? We have wolves! Oh, that is not something I wanted to see. Okay, all of my lovely fellows, please run away. We are definitely going to need a new soldier, and we're going to need it now. Wolves are actually quite scary, even on normal difficulty, so really don't want to see them in any higher number. There we go, everything's fine, back to building, nothing to see here. We're actually low on food. Although that might be because a second ago I did completely fill up all of our storage, so I don't think we were collecting our food supplies. Although it might just mean we need a new farmer. I was saying we need a new one anyway, so who's going to be a farmer out of all of you? I want a good spirit and a good mind. But I want to make you into a herbalist. Okay, no new farmer yet. Oh no, I really do need a new farmer. I think you are going to be our new farmer, purely because of how low your mind stat is, and all we need is one good farmer to unlock all the different crops and everything, so I'm afraid you will be our farmer as soon as the farmer's hoe is created. Why is that not made yet? Did I accidentally sell that? Maybe I accidentally sold it. The campaign for the Ascendancy faction has finally started. Now, sadly, I did just skip the first speech bubble. I honestly thought it was just a caravan, and all they asked, or at least I believe all they asked, was, "Are you Scorchspring?" And I said yes. So then, all settlements that attain local renown will be hereby recognised as official Ascendancy townships, with the rights, privileges, and rewards thereof. Rewards? Indeed! By the princess's orders, eligible towns that have proven their worth shall win access to agricultural learnings and wealthier caravans for trade. Ooh, well, oh, architectural, not agricultural. You see, that's not a G. I'm dyslexic. Okay, what comes next? You may gain sufficient renown to advance to a township in any of 3 ways. Military glory, favour with the church, or the approval of the craft masters. Ooh, church, military, or craft masters. I really don't know. Well, the church seems interesting because I don't know how you would put that into this game, so I'm kind of curious about that. Military is military, and we know how much I love my armies in this game, and the craft makers will really fit the whole craftsman's terrace, which I want to make very soon. I am going to have to think about this for a second. Well, I've just saved the game, and I'm going to let this fellow just stand there because I've decided in the description of this video, or perhaps using YouTube's polling system, but most likely in the description, there will be a straw poll asking which you would prefer to see, the church, the military, or the craft masters. Now, I'm not necessarily going to go with the most popular, but I am a little bit between 2 of them. I won't mention which ones, so I would like to see which one you would prefer, and you may sway my vote. So, thank you so much for watching, but I'm afraid I am all out of time for today's episode. If you have enjoyed, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stonehearth is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. And remember, in the description, there will be a choice, and we have 2 fellows who still need a name. Thank you again for watching, and goodbye.